Hello, my friends. Welcome back to Slow English Podcast. My name is Sarah, and I am your host. Today, you will listen to a simple story about something we all do. It is called morning routine. A routine is something a person does again and again, in the same way, usually at the same time. Most people have a morning routine. A morning routine is the group of small actions a person does after they wake up and before they start their day. Today's story will help you learn many new words about mornings, homes, and daily life. Listen slowly, listen carefully, and by the end of this episode, you will be able to talk about your own morning in English. Every day, at exactly 6 o'clock, a small alarm clock rings beside Sarah's bed. An alarm clock is a small machine that makes a sound to wake a person up at a certain time. The sound is not loud, but it is enough. Beep, beep, beep. Sarah opens her eyes slowly. For a moment, she does not move. She just lies there, looking at the ceiling, listening to the quiet sound of birds outside her window. Then, slowly, she sits up in bed. She raises her arms above her head and stretches. To stretch means to make your arms, legs, or body straight and long in order to feel more awake or comfortable. After a long night of sleep, stretching helps the body wake up. Sarah yawns. A yawn is when you open your mouth wide and breathe in deeply, usually because you are tired or sleepy. She yawns once, then twice, and finally, she feels ready to start her day. Sarah pushes the blanket off her legs and places her feet on the cold floor. A blanket is a large piece of soft cloth that people put on a bed to stay warm at night. The floor feels cold under her feet, so she quickly puts on her slippers. Slippers are soft, comfortable shoes that people wear inside the house, especially in the morning or at night. Sarah walks out of her bedroom and down the hallway to the bathroom. A hallway is a long, narrow part of a house that connects different rooms. Inside the bathroom, she turns on the light and looks at herself in the mirror. Her hair is messy from sleeping. She smiles a little and says quietly, "Good morning." First, she turns on the water and washes her face. The cold water touches her skin, and she feels more awake immediately. Washing your face in the morning is a simple habit, but it makes a big difference. It removes the tiredness from your eyes and prepares your skin for the day. Next, Sarah picks up her toothbrush. She puts a small amount of toothpaste on it and begins to brush her teeth. She brushes carefully, moving the toothbrush up and down, then side to side. Dentists say that people should brush their teeth for at least 2 minutes, 2 times a day. Sarah always follows this rule. When she finishes, she rinses her mouth with water and looks at her clean, white teeth in the mirror. After brushing her teeth, Sarah takes off her pajamas. Pajamas are soft, comfortable clothes that people wear to sleep at night. She turns on the shower and waits for the water to become warm. When the temperature feels just right, she steps inside. The warm water falls over her shoulders and down her back. It feels relaxing. Sarah uses shampoo to wash her hair. Shampoo is a special soap made just for washing hair. She rubs it into her hair, making soft, white bubbles, and then rinses it away with more water. After that, she uses soap to wash her body. Soap is used to clean skin, and it usually smells nice, like flowers or fruit. When Sarah finishes her shower, she turns off the water and steps out. She wraps a towel around her body. A towel is a piece of soft cloth used to dry the body after washing. She dries her arms, her legs, and her hair. Then she wraps her wet hair in a smaller towel, like a turban on top of her head, while she brushes her teeth one more time and finishes getting ready in the bathroom. Now it is time to get dressed. Sarah walks back into her bedroom and opens her closet. A closet is a small room or a large cupboard where people keep their clothes. Inside, there are shirts, pants, dresses, and jackets, all hanging neatly in a row. Sarah looks at her clothes for a moment, thinking about the weather outside. It is a cool autumn morning, so she chooses a warm sweater and a pair of comfortable jeans. She takes off her towel and puts on clean underwear. Then she puts on her jeans, one leg at a time, and pulls her sweater over her head. She looks at herself in the mirror. The sweater is a soft, dark green color, and it matches her jeans nicely. She feels satisfied with her outfit. An outfit is the complete set of clothes that a person is wearing. Next, Sarah sits on the edge of her bed and puts on her socks. Socks are soft pieces of clothing that cover the feet, worn inside shoes. She chooses a pair of white socks. Then she goes to the front door, where her shoes are waiting neatly in a row. She sits down, puts on her shoes, and ties the laces carefully. Laces are the strings used to tie shoes tightly onto the feet. Sarah stands up and looks in the small mirror near the door. She brushes her hair with a hairbrush until it looks smooth and neat. Then she puts on a little bit of lotion on her hands and face. Lotion is a soft, creamy liquid that people put on their skin to keep it soft and healthy, especially in cold weather. Now that Sarah is dressed and ready, she feels hungry. Her stomach makes a small sound. It is time for breakfast. Breakfast is the first meal of the day, and many people say it is the most important one. It gives your body energy for the morning. Sarah walks into the kitchen. The kitchen is bright and clean, with white walls and a small wooden table near the window. She opens the cupboard and takes out a bowl. A bowl is a round dish, deeper than a plate, used for eating food like soup or cereal. She places the bowl on the counter and reaches for a box of cereal. Cereal is a common breakfast food made from grains, usually eaten with milk. She pours the cereal into the bowl until it is almost full. Then she opens the refrigerator, takes out the milk, and pours it carefully over the cereal. The refrigerator is the large machine in the kitchen that keeps food cold so it does not spoil. Sarah closes the refrigerator door and returns the milk to its place inside. While her cereal is ready, Sarah decides to make a cup of coffee. She likes coffee very much in the morning. She says it helps her feel more awake and gives her energy for the day. She takes a clean coffee cup from the cupboard and places it under the coffee machine. She presses a button, and slowly, hot, dark coffee begins to fill the cup. The smell of coffee fills the kitchen, warm and a little bitter, but very pleasant. When the coffee is ready, Sarah carries her bowl of cereal and her cup of coffee to the small table by the window. She sits down on a wooden chair and looks outside. The sky is a soft gray-blue color, and the sun is just beginning to rise above the houses across the street. She picks up her spoon and begins to eat her cereal, slowly, one spoonful at a time. A spoonful is the amount of food that fits on a spoon. Between bites, she drinks her coffee. It is hot, so she drinks it carefully, in small sips. A sip is a small amount of liquid that you drink at one time. While she eats, Sarah picks up her phone from the table. She checks her messages. A few friends have written to her, and she smiles as she reads them. She also opens a news app and quickly reads the headlines for the day, just to know what is happening in the world. This is part of her quiet, peaceful morning time before the busy day begins. After a few minutes, Sarah finishes her cereal and her coffee. She stands up, walks to the sink, and washes her bowl, her spoon, and her cup with warm water and a little soap. The sink is where dishes are washed in the kitchen. She dries them with a small towel and places them back in the cupboard, neat and clean, ready for tomorrow. Sarah looks at the clock on the kitchen wall. It is already 7:30. She needs to hurry a little now. She walks back into the bathroom one more time and brushes her teeth again after eating breakfast. This is another good habit that keeps her teeth clean and healthy throughout the day. Then Sarah goes back to her bedroom to get ready to leave the house. She picks up her bag from the chair. Inside her bag, she checks that she has her laptop, a notebook, a pen, and her wallet. A wallet is a small case used to carry money and cards. She also checks for her phone charger in case her phone battery becomes low during the day. She walks to the small table near the front door, where she keeps her keys every night. She picks them up and puts them into her jacket pocket. Then she looks in the mirror one last time, checking her hair and her clothes. She feels ready. Outside, the morning air is cool and fresh. Sarah puts on her jacket because the weather is a little cold today. A jacket is a piece of clothing worn over other clothes to keep warm, especially outside. She zips it up to her chin and picks up her bag. Before leaving, Sarah looks around the house one more time, checking that the windows are closed and the lights are turned off. This is an important habit, especially before leaving for a whole day. Finally, she opens the front door, steps outside, and locks the door carefully behind her. The street outside is quiet, but Sarah can already hear the sounds of the city waking up. Cars are starting their engines. A dog is barking somewhere nearby. Birds are singing in the trees along the street. Sarah walks down the sidewalk toward the bus stop. A sidewalk is the path beside the street where people walk. A bus stop is the place where a bus stops to let people get on and off. At the bus stop, there are already a few other people waiting. Some of them are drinking coffee, just like Sarah did a little while ago. Some are reading on their phones. Sarah waits patiently, watching the street for her bus. After a few minutes, she sees it coming, a big blue city bus, moving slowly down the road. The bus stops, and the doors open with a soft hissing sound. Sarah climbs the steps, taps her bus card on the small machine near the driver, and finds a seat near the window. She sits down and places her bag on her lap. The bus begins to move again, continuing down the street. During the bus ride, Sarah looks out the window. She watches the city slowly waking up. Shops are opening their doors. People are walking quickly, some carrying coffee cups, some walking their dogs before work. Children in school uniforms are walking together toward their school. Sarah enjoys this quiet time on the bus. It gives her a few minutes to relax before her busy day begins. The bus ride takes about 20 minutes. When the bus arrives near Sarah's office, she presses a small button to tell the driver she wants to get off at the next stop. The bus slows down and the doors open again. Sarah steps off the bus and onto the sidewalk. The office building is just a short walk away. Sarah walks the last few minutes to her office. When she arrives, she opens the large glass door and walks inside. The office is bright, with big windows and rows of desks. Sarah sees a few coworkers already at their desks. A coworker is a person you work with. She smiles and says, "Good morning," to each person she passes. She walks to her own desk near the window and sits down. She places her bag on the floor beside her chair and takes out her laptop. She turns it on and waits for it to start. While she waits, she takes one more small sip of water from a bottle on her desk. Now, Sarah's morning routine is complete. She has woken up, washed, dressed, eaten breakfast, traveled to work, and arrived at her desk, ready to begin her day. Her morning may seem like a small, simple story, but these small actions, repeated every single day, help her feel calm, healthy, and prepared for whatever the day will bring. Nusif. Now, my friends, let's think about why a morning routine is important. A good morning routine is not only about brushing your teeth or drinking coffee. It is about giving your mind and your body time to wake up slowly and peacefully before the busy world asks anything from you. When people wake up in a hurry, without enough time, they often feel stressed and tired for the rest of the day. But when people have time for a calm morning, even just 30 minutes, they usually feel more relaxed, more organized, and more ready to face the day. Think about your own morning. Do you wake up early, or do you wake up at the last minute? Do you take time to eat breakfast slowly, or do you eat quickly while running out the door? Do you check your phone first, or do you take a few quiet minutes for yourself? There is no single correct morning routine. Every person is different. Some people like to exercise early in the morning. Some people like to read a book with their coffee. Some people like silence, while others like to listen to music while they get ready. The important thing is not what you do, but that you do it with care and that it helps you start your day feeling good. Sarah's morning routine works well for her. It gives her time to wake up slowly, to eat a healthy breakfast, and to travel to work without rushing. This simple structure, done every day, helps her feel less stressed and more in control of her time. Thank you so much for listening to today's story, Morning Routine. I hope you learned many new words today, like alarm clock, stretch, blanket, slippers, shampoo, towel, closet, outfit, laces, lotion, cereal, sink, wallet, jacket, sidewalk, bus stop, and coworker. Try to use these words today. Talk about your own morning out loud in English, even if it is just to yourself. Remember, my friends, learning English is also a routine. If you listen a little every day, slowly, patiently, your English will grow stronger, just like Sarah's morning helps her grow stronger and more ready for her day. Small habits, repeated every day, create big changes over time. This has been Slow English Podcast. I am Sarah. Thank you for listening, and I will see you again very soon. Have a wonderful day and a wonderful morning. Goodbye, my friends.